All right. I think we got enough people in here. Anyone that comes in later can always go ahead and take a look at the recording. Tiger Lily is going to post it in the YouTube channel. And um, I guess the biggest thing that we should talk about is let me see. Is there some questions right here first? No. All right. We'll talk about the questions a bit later. But first thing is Curve LPs. Um, Obviously, it has been a huge ship and taken a lot of work from us. So that's actually completely done, fully deployed, uh, ready to go on the UI, and it will be going live on Monday. So the first pairs we're starting with are going to be LUSD3 Curve, Wrap Staked ETH, and Frax BP. But obviously, we're basically free to list anything that has an underlying price feed. Um, and we now have the infrastructure to release basically any convex or curve LP token so long as they have an underlying price provider. But it's a huge, huge improvement in ship, and this has been tried before, so it can be a bit of a daunting task. But just to give you like some background on what we did really is we created new custom oracles for curve pools with a wrapper that allows us to stake the Curve LP tokens into Convex while borrowing against it. Then after that, a big, huge thing with this lift and this ship in particular was Curve LP tokens are very vulnerable to this one particular reentrancy attack, and it's well known across DeFi protocols that a lot of DeFi protocols have been hacked on this particular reentrancy. But we came up with a great solution for it, and the chain security, the auditing firms really liked it as well. I believe we should be releasing the audit report soon. And yeah, no. So it's really awesome. The solution that one of our engineers found on the reentrancy protection side. Um, Along with that, the release also comes with liquidation contracts or magicians, as we call them. So to make it easier for liquidators, essentially to liquidate collateral, we create these magician contracts that handle all unwrapping logic and things of the such. Um, Hold on, sorry, my thing keeps buzzing. All right. But yes, so we created the new liquidation contracts. They handle the unwrapping logic, so that just makes it so that instead of receiving a curve LP or convex LP wrapped position, the liquidators can just handle it in terms of ETH, right, or LUSD, and they don't have to handle that on their side. So that's very good stuff. We did that, and we also obviously our liquidator in house is going to be supporting all of these pools. Because we've seen what happened actually with I believe it was Rari a while ago, where liquidators just didn't know how to unwrap collateral, and it led to bad debt in certain markets. So we wanted to make sure that every market was covered for that reason. Yeah, and that is also why you'll see we have a new router for transactions on the website. That's because we've added this um, new features essentially to the router, the Curve LP tokens. Um, yeah, and we've already done some testing with Convex. So your rewards that you earn on your Curve LP position will show up on Convex. So it's not like Silo. Silo doesn't take any cut whatsoever from your Curve Convex rewards. You'll be able to see them all directly on Convex's UI under a little Silo tab. Awesome. Any questions around that? By the way, I'm reading the Discord chat, but feel free to drop any questions underneath this post as well for the community call. Looks like we're good. Cool. So yeah, aside from that, we've been working to set up Silo. We deployed the liquidity necessary for the Unity 3 Oracle actually yesterday or 2 days ago it was. So essentially, we're ready to go. We can create the market on Arbitrum, and one of our engineers is going to be taking a look at it and possibly getting it done today. Uh, we are kind of in a weird spot, so our engineers work basically, 1 day out of the week on V1 stuff and V1 related tasks, and then the rest of the week they spend solely working on V2. So yeah, so on Fridays, kind of we'll try to be getting some stuff done for V1 and these types of updating new markets. And yeah, um, awesome. And okay, so some other new updates. We're working with Nitro Cartel. If you guys are not familiar, Nitro Cartel, they create some index tokens and strategies and vaults and stuff like that. So Nitro Cartel has a GNS vault, and we're working with them to deploy their GNS essentially on Silo to borrow and earn yield on it. So that looks very good. They've actually already written the strategy, and we just have to go ahead and review it and check all the security boxes. But yeah, that's very exciting to see kind of another protocol use us at the Lego DeFi Lego layer. So very excited for that. Nitro Cartel is awesome. Hopefully, we can also list their ALPs and their index tokens at some point. But yeah, that should bring a good amount of TVL to the GNS vault. On other news, which you might have seen, we sent a retweet about an hour ago. Harvest Finance guys just launched an auto compounder. Auto compounder with while still receiving your locked tokens. It's a kind of a unique thing that they've built on top of Camelot. And so if anyone has Silo ETH positions, you don't want to claim the rewards, restake them, the whole thing. You can go ahead and put it in Harvest. So the Harvest guys are great, and they've been supportive. So yeah, keep in mind, we didn't audit the code or anything like that. It's not financial advice, but yes, the Camelot pool is now available on Harvest Finance. Awesome. Okay, and so what else do we have here? We have new credit line proposals coming soon. So we have kind of figured for the Curve LP release, we should probably have some XAI available, especially on the stablecoin side. So we're going to look to try to mint a small amount of XAI to a few different markets. And along with that, we're going to be kind of rebalancing some of the unused XAI in a lot of pools and moving it around to some of the more utilized pools. We think that it's a positive move. It should help. And we have a lot of silos with just a bunch of XAI that are kind of dead in the water. So yeah, it's good to start kind of moving that stuff around and putting it in places where we know it'll be utilized. So yeah, you should see that proposal coming through. I would say, I'm not gonna give any date, but not too long. Maybe within a week or so. And yeah. On another news, we've been speaking with the Olympus team. I don't know if you've seen, but our Arbitrum market has picked up. That has to do with actually we're speaking with them to enable some liquidity in there, and they did deposit some liquidity. And actually, we'll be migrating the Ethereum rewards over to Arbitrum for them. And this kind of comes hand in hand with something we're working with. They're working with Overnight. So Overnight is looking to execute on a strategy where they delta neutral gamma neutral farm Olympus LPs. And for that borrowing side, they'll be using us as we're the only option, and obviously we have a good relationship with Overnight. And yeah, I see it as very exciting. Overnight is of course, I think one, well, not the biggest borrower, but one of the biggest borrowers in the protocol and Arbitrum. And they are kind of a pillar to our Arbitrum market. So very excited to keep working with them. And I think the strategy will be very lucrative for the Olympus team and for the overnight team and for our team. So it's a good three-way collab there. And yeah, and so yes, those are basically my updates. And for those who wasn't clear about the strategy that we're trying to build out, essentially overnight would deposit bridge assets, either ETH or USDC, borrow Ohm, and then they'd LP it in somewhere like Kronos or Ramses, which is where they've currently established rewards. And if anyone is a little degen, you might want to take a look at the numbers there because it's pretty good strategy. I thought it was very, very good when they showed it to me. So yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool. And actually, Aham just posted, if you guys look on the Twitter and on our governance, there's a tally proposal highlighting the changes to credit lines. So yeah, we're essentially going to look to remove excess XAI from the bridge silo from USDC, 1inch, Maker, SNX. We're moving some of the GOM credit line over to Ohm. We're removing some of the LUSD and Frax, and it's all just mostly because they haven't been utilized, so we can move them somewhere else. And the places we're moving it to is RETH, wrap staked ETH, CB ETH, Ohm, Curve, the 3 Curve LP markets that we're launching, YFI because we've seen some activity there, and recently actually YFI's primary kind of lending option that has been traditionally Maker. First Aave and then Maker. Maker has closed down the loans there, so we think that there's a big opportunity for us to kind of step in. And then also we're going to be adding a line to Liquidity. And Liquidity does use a UniV3 Oracle. However, we've been, and I believe this is highlighted in the proposal, we've been speaking with Liquidity to essentially seed a large enough amount of UniV3 liquidity to the pool to assure that it creates a safe Oracle. And they've done so. So yeah, so that looks good. The guys at Liquidity have been great. We'll be listing that. We'll be listing LUSD, and we are actually looking into ways that we can maybe list BLUSD and the BLUSD Curve LP pairs because they just tend to be very high yield. And yeah, I know I kind of shotgunned off a lot of things, but if anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, love, hate. Okay. Oh yeah, and one more other thing, we'll be listing Box ETH literally right now. Box ETH is a ETH derivative by the Candlebox guys, so that will be coming out soon. Yeah. Alrighty. Unless you got anything to add, Lily, I think that's good. If anyone wants to throw any questions, I'm trying to look through the chats. But
man, you covered it well. Lots of great stuff coming down the pipeline, as you guys can see. But if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat or come up here and ask them.
Yeah, and also with this new Curve LP release, we're gonna do some more marketing. So you'll start seeing more posts on those type of things come in starting next week. So yeah, I know you guys like it when we do marketing, so we'll do some marketing. Yeah. Awesome. All right. If there are no questions, I think we can get out of here. If you guys have any questions, want to talk, anything like that, I'll be in the Silo Discord. Always happy to hop on the general chat with you guys. But anyway, bye bye. But yes, let me know, guys.